Okay, let's make sure we don't have music playing in the background. I think we're good. All right. Hey, how you doing? This is Dad Random. I just want to do a quick stream, kind of like a public service announcement. I've got this firmware flash that came through, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to get my new DJI AVATA firmware updated because I thought it'd be cool. I want the support for the old air unit. And then a tweet goes through by Ken Dunno, and he's basically saying, and I didn't know this, and I wished I would have waited. I really appreciate other users and people that get this firmware before and are kind of slow to kind of learn it before we update it. And to me, the big problem is, my concern is with the remote ID part that one of the nice things about FPV is that you don't, less is more when it comes to wearing your gear, whatever, your goggles and things like that. And, I did not know that, assuming that this is actually a fact, I'm going to test that out today, that I have to have my phone connected as an ID feature for the AVATA now. That is really a bummer. So basically, if you update, you're going to now have to have your phone connected to basically activate remote ID, and that really sucks. Not because I don't mind the remote ID thing. I really don't care. I do not care if Karen knows where I'm flying. But what I do care about is the extra wire dangling down, that is going to be dangling down from my goggles, which I did not have to have. And that is really absolutely sucky. I do not want my goggles connected, to my to my phone. So I'm gonna be going from this situation right here, nice and neat and pretty awesome, to this freaking situation where I'm gonna have this damn cable hanging out of my goggles, basically. So now I've got this stupid situation right here with this other freaking cord hanging off of my phone now that's going to have to be attached to me. This is garbage. And, I'm really upset by this. So I guess it's my own fault, but I'm going to have to, test this out and see, is there any advantage to having now this setup, where it was nice and neat and tidy, and it used to be like this because of remote ID. And this is just really disappointing. I'm very upset about this. And, to gain, basically to get, they had the carrot and stick going on. They're like, all right, all these users of DJI products are going to, now have the usability of their old air units. They're going to be able to connect. I'm going to have canvas mode where I can basically bring my OSD in to the new goggles too. And now I've got this situation set up, and I am really not too excited about it. I'm, just be aware that is going to be the situation. Once again, this has nothing to do with remote ID. It has everything to do with this dangling from my freaking goggles now, which before I didn't have. I'm really, really upset with that. And, there's nothing in the user notes. There probably is, and I just didn't pay close attention to it. But here, I'm gonna turn that sound off here really quick. Here, I just gotta get that turned off. But there's really nothing in the user notes that I was aware of as I was updating. Added support to use the air unit module, added support to use canvas mode when using the DJI FPV air unit module, added support for the following video recording specification when using the DJI AVATA. So supposedly changing and improving the video recording, added ability to transfer data from aircraft internal storage to the installed micro SD card when using with DJI AVATA. Let's see, added ability to configure the sharpness and noise reduction value, added ability to display channel information on the LED dot matrix display, optimize some interface prompts. I don't see in here anywhere that it said that that RID is going to be added into the, the equation, that you're going to, require, it's, to me, I'm really, really, I was really caught off guard by that. And when I thought about it, I had to get on and stream. I had to basically go, do not install the new firmware until us freaking guinea pigs that downloaded this firmware, now we're stuck with this. I don't know if I can roll this back. I'm really was caught off guard by that. And like I said, I really appreciate Ken publishing that on Twitter. Let me see if I can find that. I really appreciate him. Just so you know, and this was Ken's tweet right here, and he said that remote ID now permanently enabled on the DJI AVATA. Not worried about that, but obviously maybe me being a little ignorant. You'll be required to have your phone plugged in into your goggles during flights. The update added some awesome features, but also brought the unwanted. So, yeah. What are the awesome features? And that's, Sean Oz, but I'm just saying I really, really am pissed off, I guess, to say the least. This thing is not rolling out for months. So now I'm going to have this freaking dangly ass cord hanging off of my goggles now. And then, I understand DJI basically doing what they got to do to make billions of dollars. But they just screwed up my experience. So what am I going to do now? Hey, Ken, why don't you make a mount now? Okay, so now we're all going to have a freaking mount. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take off my glasses here. So now we're going to have a flipping mount that's going to be attaching your phone to our freaking head. There we go. There's my new experience now with the DJI goggles. Absolutely bullcrap. I'm pissed, to say the least. And you know, like I said, I'm not upset with remote ID, but I'm really upset with that. And you know, whatever. But that's it. That's all I was going to cover today. That's all I wanted to basically say. If that's true, I'm really disappointed. And if you get this, if you see this this PSA, this public service announcement concerning the remote ID and added to my goggles and my DJI gear, I am really, as you can tell, I'm just angry because like I said, in the release notes, I'm like, oh, cool, you know, good stuff, you know, great stuff, good, you know, hey, make it better, make the product better. I was thinking that all morning, and that's all I've got. That's all I've got to say about this, and hopefully there'll be a bunch of live streams that talk about it and look at maybe some of the benefits. Obviously, there's a lot of great stuff going on here, but my usability just got freaking canned. Just got crap canned. They took something just amazing, and then they now, and you think it's overblown that I have another freaking wire dangling from my freaking goggles? Like I said, we'll just get Ken to freaking, hey Ken, why don't you make a freaking an adapter for the back of my freaking goggles? I'll buy the damn thing so my phone can hang off my head. Don't know. I really don't know what to say. So, you guys that are popping in. If you watch the beginning of the stream, I'm talking about not about the update and all the great things that came out of it, but the one that basically brings in the fact that this right here, this remote ID now permanently enabled on the DJI AVATA, you will be required to have your phone plugged into your goggles during flights. The update added some awesome features, but also brought in the unwanted. And I'm just telling you, they just complicated my freaking flying life. I've already had a bad enough week when it's come to DJI stuff at this point. And that's it. That's all I got time for this morning. I got to go back and now contemplate what this actually means. I'm going to go fly maybe this afternoon and then, you know, just check out what it's going to take to stick my freaking AVATA in the air, you know. But I would say don't do it. If right now, you know, if you like I said, it's the carrot and the stick, you know, you're chasing something and then they throw some other stuff into the mix that maybe they can put on a button or switch so you can switch it off temporarily, you know, until this thing goes into actual practice. So it all got, the update went through the goggles too. It went through the controller. The controller also got an update. So that's what I know right now. When I did my update, everything went smooth and everything, you know, everything's great. And like I said, if I've got better quality color, if I've got, you know, they were talking about, somebody said 10-bit added to the color profiling. But anyway, OSD, canvas mode with the old air unit. That's all there. I saw the menus already. I checked it out. So the goggles are updated. So you guys that want to fly your goggles too with all of your old gear, Lone Star said something about backwards compatibility, that now your V1s are going to not be connected, whatever. So, nope. It's not about, in Kai, this is not about remote ID. This has nothing to do with remote ID. It has everything to do with the usability or the user experience and we already got enough freaking wires hanging from us, and that really just is upsetting. It's stupid. It's ridiculous. And, I think all of us, at least I should have been doing, is like, well, how are they going to implement RID into the system, without having a direct connection to the internet and, like I said, the module idea. So. It says, now with this update, I can't use my V2 with my DJI Smart Controller to live stream. I don't know. We'll find out we're going to find out with this in just a little bit. I'm going to do some testing, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to do some testing, and then Mads Tech will get on and give us an update. So I would suggest everybody wait for that update. Just don't load the software yet. Just leave your gear. Eventually, they're going to tell you, hey, you're going to have to upload the software. They're going to put in a you got to do it kind of update. So anyway, I would just wait for the don't do what I did, and just be patient on it. So, all right, I'm out of here. I'm going to go and be pissed for the rest of my day. So we will see exactly, and that's the truth, all the things that happen in the update seem to be great. I mean, I was looking forward to the air unit update. I'm actually gonna go fly a bunch of things. Obviously, I'm gonna live with it. I'm going to need a longer cord for one thing. I'm just going to tell you right about that. I hope this cord's long enough to reach my pocket with my phone in it. But anyway, yeah. So basically, everything is good. All this update, everything you're seeing on the update is great. Okay, I just. What happened with me was I got this remote ID PSA here by Ken Dono. It says remote ID now permanently enabled in your DJI AVATA. If I would have known that, I wouldn't have updated it. I don't really care about a lot of those features because I'm happy with my flying experience as it is. I just thought, I could just make it better, but it says, yeah, you'll be required to have your phone plugged in during your goggles. This is just another example that's going to push me towards Cadix in their digital system. And you're going to say, well, they're going to have remote ID too. They're going to have to somehow implement remote ID into their goggle system. So Kai, you think you're out of the freaking woods. You're not either. You're freaking the same damn boat I'm in. So, yeah, research the updates before you install them. But I guess you can, hey, yeah, exactly. I think that's a great lesson. But there's nothing in this update right here, in the way this update is written, that says anything about. It doesn't say anything about remote ID in it. It doesn't say one word about it. And that to me is a little bit of false advertising, or not. They didn't falsely advertise. They just did a no advertisement. I just wish I wish the beta testers, the people that were getting the software early, were able to stumble upon this. So, yeah, the goggles have nothing to do with the remote ID. It has everything to do with getting the link, basically getting the link from the drone to something. It has to go to something that's connected to the internet and that's connected to a live feed. So, and your goggles and your controller are not. I mean, they're basically a closed system, and without your phone, you know, yeah, DJI ecosystem problem. Well, Kai, I want you to think about this for next. Well, I guess we're not meeting next Tuesday, but I'm gonna have to figure out something to. There's no workaround, so. All right, I gotta go. I gotta go. I just when this came up, I had to say something. I couldn't just sit here and be quiet about it. Just make sure anybody that gets this PSA, that anybody that is able to see the stream, just beware. Just don't put the new firmware in, and everybody's going to do it. Especially if you're, a geek like me that wants to be on the cutting edge and are excited about the connectivity of the Caddx Vista and the old air unit. I mean, I'm like, great, I can fly all my drones with the same ecosystem. So, oh, well, Brandon, we'll see. Yeah, Caddx Avatar won't have that. We'll find out. Everybody that owns this gear is going to find out. I mean, I love this gear, and to me, it's not a matter of remote ID. I understand the world that I live in, and I'm willing to, but obviously it was my ignorance. So anyway, this is where the new debate is going to occur. So it looks like hey, Brandon, appreciate you popping in. I mean, it's, I don't mind your contrary position, and this is what Anyway, appreciate you dropping in, but let's find out. Let's find out first. So, and if I could roll back this firmware update, if I could roll this back right now, I would roll it back in a second. But I'm stuck. I'm stuck with the tether again, and I am now tethered. Tethered to Karen. Such an absolute just an absolute quagmire of garbage. And so, all right, cutting it short, but thank you guys. I appreciate you popping in. Something to discuss. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about. So, all right, I'm out of here.
That have held you in captivity for so long. It's time to put the pain